I got this camera over the holidays. I think many of us are familiar with the Garmin Virb 360. What a nice camera. Very, very nice camera. But the problem with this camera, there's no tether. And whenever I seen it, the first thing I thought, there's no tether for this camera. And I thought this could be a problem. And then I looked at the mount and I thought, well, maybe this mount won't come loose. Maybe this doesn't come loose. You know, maybe. And then I started doing some research, and sure enough, there are people that have lost their Garmin Virb 360 because it has popped out of this mount. So I wanted to tether this. So I came up with a solution. I did watch a couple videos on YouTube, and the gentleman, he epoxied it up here, which is really nice. I mean, it turned out okay. But I really didn't want to do that. I just did not want to do that. I just didn't want to do that. So what I did, I looked over the case. Looked this case over very, very thoroughly. And what I did, my solution was right here. You can see it right there. You can see right through that hole. I put a hole right there. And then I put another one over here. Right there. Can you see that? Right there, right? I looked it over and I thought, I didn't want to intrude into the case. Okay, because it's a waterproof camera. And I noticed that these doors are just sealed. There's a seal that runs around it, so water does get in between these cracks. But I still didn't want to go anywhere in here or anything, so I looked at this. This case seems to be aluminum, okay? But here it's not. That is plastic. That's a hard plastic. It was real easy to drill through. Get yourself a drill bit. See, it was almost the same diameter as that. See, I'll show you again. Okay, and now for a tether, what I found for a tether, and you have a couple different options here that you could use. But the easiest one that most people are going to be able to find, and I found it fits right in there, is this right here. This is a bicycle cable. Okay, it's for like a 10 speed. All right, this is for the derailleur. This for the rear derailleur. This is a Shimano cable, but I imagine any cable will work. And if you look, this cable, let me see if I can do this with it on the camera, will fit right in to the hole I made. Then you can come around here and you can feed it into the other side. That way it has double, because like I said, this is just plastic. It's hard. I've swung it by this cable holding this on here. You can just feed it through like that, and then on the other end you have this. Then what you can do is you can get a swedge. Go to any hardware store and you can get a small, it's a brass piece that goes on here, and you can swedge it for swedging cables, or you can get an eyelet or something like that for that. Now what I'm doing, I'm not using this, okay, but you can find this. I wanted to show you this because most people can find, anybody can find this. Go down to your local bike shop and get yourself a derailleur cable. All right, and you can make that work. All right, but what I'm using, I'm not using that. I'm using this right here. All right, and this is the swedge I was talking about right there for locking that. All right, and this goes for an RC. This is the guide wires on a biplane. All right, and I'm using 2 of them, and I'm just using this because this is going on my bicycle. And I want to keep it as light as possible. I'm all about weight. So even though that cable that I showed you the first time goes on a bicycle, I just like this better for what I'm using it for. You can see, whoops, I got it off camera. You can see here, I'm just feeding this in here. Let me see. Let me show you now. I'll do the other side. And then I want to show you, because you're probably thinking, okay, now even with this cable, Okay, and then there I fed that through, and this is how this is going on mine. And I've already tried this, and this works. Then get your mount. Oops. Help if I did it right. Let me make sure. There we go. So let me do it that way. There we go. And then there you go. You can see it still will mount. It still goes in there. I may even trim a little bit of this right there. I may just trim just a little bit of that on each end of this. I may just trim just a little bit of that. I haven't decided yet if I will or not. But that's in there. That's not going anywhere. That's in there. As you can see from this, it's locked in. So I haven't decided. If you use the bigger cable, you could trim that. But now you have a tether for your Garmin. Now you have a tether. Look how dirty you got my lens. I'm gonna have to really clean that. But there you go. I just wanted to share how I tethered that. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with the way the gentleman did it with the epoxy. I mean, but I just wanted something a little different. That's hard to do. There you go. I just wanted something a little different and that's what I came up with right there. So there you go. I hope that helps anybody with the Garmin 360 who may want to tether it. And I wouldn't know why you wouldn't if you're using it in any kind of active sport where it's on a helmet or on your kayak or something like that. You're going to want to tether it. So right there you go. That's the best way that I found to tether it. So I hope that helps. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.